Tonight's program takes us backstage to witness firsthand, start to finish, a new video, first seen on the Random Scout channel. Random Scout does not exist. It is an imaginary channel created expressly for this broadcast. Random Scout is fictional. The text, purely reactionary. The events, a real account of how Random Scout feels about Asteroid City. Our story begins, of course, with a YouTuber. In the small town of Asteroid City, the only thing that stays consistent is the ability to lie to the camera. The director's love of miniatures allows them to create larger-than-life sets with smaller-than-you-can-think objects. In fact, the train scene at the beginning of the film here is just a toy train on a track. No larger than what you have under your tree every December. Even the asteroid hole, seen here, is about the same size as like a mid-sized man. Not to mention the mountains seen in these shots are nothing but 2x4s, foam, and paper mache. This is something I personally honor Wes Anderson for. His ability and determination to use real sets similar to older films. This adds a sense of realism that you don't see in many films today. This makes the worlds he creates feel alive because the actors can touch and interact with their environment. This also makes it easier in post-production because there's fewer edits to be done. No green screen, special effects, none of that. I'm getting too caught up with the sets of Asteroid City. There is a whole subplot to the film, or is Asteroid City considered the subplot? It doesn't matter. The film is set in acts and scenes similar to a stage play or theatrical performance, where the scenes of Asteroid City are being acted out by their real-world counterparts. We see the playwright's journey to complete his new play, while we also get the story behind the cast as they get ready for the production of Asteroid City. With all these moving plots in the film, it makes the viewers think. Like his scenes, his writing is almost like art itself. This even affects the storytelling because it allows the film to be interpreted in so many ways. I even had to watch it a second time to actually fully understand everything. The costume design in Asteroid City is highly customized to the character it's being worn by, while also helping to distinguish their status and character. While the gruff Augie Steinbach is wearing a brown trench coat to signify his character's awkwardness and timidity towards his family's situation, his father-in-law's bright yellow shirt and plaid shorts, tied together with a jacket around his waist, stereotypes a rich, uptight man who may formerly be seen in media. Of course, the other stereotypical costumes as well. The cowboys are wearing cowboy uniforms. They're all wearing uniforms of the time. But a keen eye may realize that while they're in the desert, everyone's clothes stay pressed and clean. It's a nice tie back to the film being set in a play. It would then make sense why everyone's costumes are clean and organized, because they all want to look their best for their performance. While it may look unnatural in the scenes to the desert climates, it makes more sense when you look into the big picture of the film. Similarly to the costumes in the film, everyone's makeup and hairstyle is done clean to perfection. Most characters also have hairstyles and makeup that sets the scene for the era. It really helps set the mood. The women in the film have blush, while the men are either clean-shaven or their beards are perfectly groomed. I didn't really notice this until the second watching of the film, but it's a nice touch to show that these characters are acting out their parts that really tie into the real or in-life segments of the film. Similarly to the costumes, which aren't as clean and pressed in these segments, the hair and makeup aren't either. This really sets the contrast between what is considered real and what is being acted out by the actual performers in the film, because as viewers, we're supposed to imagine them on this set. The use of lighting in this film is quite interesting, as in the Asteroid City scenes, most things are lit up without any direct source of light, almost as if there's a slight glow on everyone, giving an almost otherworldly ambiance. While in the real scenes, it's simply black and white color palette. This not only helps distinguish the difference between the two worlds, the grayscale almost shows how the life of our main scriptwriter seems bleak and hopeless, and really shows off his true emotions, while the other world, in Asteroid City, seems full of life and interesting story. In other scenes, the director uses lighting in certain scenes to signify the importance of something, like the green light used when the alien drops down, seen here. In short, the use of lighting in this film is very captivating when you take a look at it side by side with the story being told. And I'd also like to touch on how most of Wes Anderson's films have their own score or soundtrack made just to the film. To further set the scene, he used music from the time. Music from the time that he actually set the film in, and it really helped captivate the setting of the film. This really exemplifies how lighting and sound in a film can really push a story along, or even capture the emotions of that story.